Hello Aries, Elsie here to do your reading. It is for the week ahead, my friends. How are you, Aries? How are you, my fire family? Thank you so much for clicking here. I do appreciate you. We've got a couple of oracle decks we're going to look at this week. We're going to throw some oracles and then we're going to throw some tarot at it. We're going to clarify and find out what is going on for you in the week ahead, Aries. I hope you are well. For those of you who are brand new and you're just rolling up on in here, welcome, welcome. There is a subscription button down in the bottom right-hand corner if you decide to stay. And for those of you who are the ride or dies and you're here all the time, clicking and viewing and subscribing and all of that stuff, thank you so much for doing that. I appreciate you. All right, let's get to it. We're going to first work with the Psychic Tarot, find out what's going on here. Give me 2 cards, please, for Aries. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Please remember, Aries, that when you view these readings, they could be anywhere from here till next year, right? This is a general reading. So whether you get this today, tomorrow, or next year, it is always going to be for the week ahead. It's always going to be a prediction. All right, so we do have conflict, mental conflict here. This is the Two of Swords, and it feels like there is something here that you've been trying to make a decision about that you feel kind of blocked with. So you're giving yourself patience and time. I'm going to say be patient with yourself, right? This is Temperance here. I feel like you need to be patient because something is yet to grow. It almost feels here like we can see that that there's some energy coming in here. It's like someone needs to speak life. It's blue. You can see it's blue energy that's coming in here. Someone needs to speak some life into something that is about to bloom. I feel like there is some incoming energy. I feel like you're going to get some messages from the universe when it is time, because Temperance is also, it's a moment of alchemy, right? It's a moment where everything comes together with magic and it's time. So I feel like you're going to get notified by a shift of energy or something like that. You will feel confident, or your energy will shift when it's time for you to get out of the Two of Swords and make a decision. We do have trapped in fear. That's where I feel that you are right now, trapped in fear. All right. Ooh, excuse me. All right. Let's take a look at it, Aries. Let's look at the wisdom of the oracle. Let's find out what's going on for Aries. 2 more cards. What else do we have for Aries, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. We do have the fork in the road. That's exactly what this mental conflict feels like. It feels like you have a decision to make, and it's a decision that will take you in a direction that you've never been in before, but you must also end the other direction. So we have card number 13, and that is the card, the energy. Card number 13 in the tarot is death. And so it does feel like by choosing one path, you're automatically not choosing another, and the other will close down. You'll never be going back there. It will be the death of that. So it feels like that's why you're in the Two of Swords in this mental conflict, because I feel like it's a super important decision and you're not yet ready to make it. So give yourself some patience and time. I just heard, give yourself patience and time to do it right. That's what I heard. I think that's the Traveling Wilburys, and the song is called, I think it's called All Right. Yeah, I'm not really sure what it's called, but it's, I feel like it's like Roy Orbison and one of the Beatles, like George Harrison, and yeah, it's a really good song. Anyways, so I feel like you need to take plenty of time. That's what he says. You need to take plenty of time to do it right, child, is what he says. So I feel like you need to take whatever time you need to make this decision here, because it's going to be a very important decision. It's going to change everything, the trajectory of your life. Please keep in mind that we do have an eclipse coming up next week on the 17th. It is going to be in the sign of Pisces. So for those of you who are a Pisces Aries cusp, you might be feeling that intense energy. And then we have Unfinished Symphony. Wow. Okay, so it feels here like, Aries, that there is something that you feel has been left undone that needs to resume. And I feel that's why you're taking the time you need to make the right decision, listen for signs, look for synchronicities, and be very patient. We've got card number 10 here, and 10s break down to a 1, right? We take away the 0, breaks down a 1. Unfinished Symphony. There are symphonies that are unfinished purposefully, And this is not one of those, I don't think. I feel like something was put on pause. It's like we started writing this beautiful music, this beautiful sonata, and then all of a sudden it stopped. And so I feel like there's unfinished song here, this beautiful unfinished melody that should begin again, it feels like. But I feel like you know that by choosing this, you do not choose the other thing. And I think that's what makes you the most, puts you in a place of the Two of Swords. We've got why. I feel like the only way you're going to learn why is by coming through this unfinished symphony. It's like you need a why, right? Anytime that we embark on something new or trying to accomplish something, if we don't have the why, we don't have anything. There has to be like a reason or a purpose or something like that behind whatever it is that we're doing. We do have serendipity. I think you're about to find out why in a very random kind of way. It feels like the why is, why should I do it? Why should I carry on with this unfinished business here, or unfinished melody or unfinished song? Why should I do that? Card 31 is a 4, maybe because it'll give you stability. And we have card number 18, which is the moon. 1 and 8 is 9. That's hermit energy. I feel like you are going to have a serendipitous moment. Something is going to come to the surface here, and I feel like it's going to tell you why you need to do this, why you should move forward, why you should be patient, why you should pick the other road, and why you are stuck. I feel like you're going to learn all of this here. All right, let's find out what else is going on, Aries. Look, if you're interested in getting a discount on a private read, please look in the pinned comment below. I've also opened the member area, so if you're interested in learning tarot and a few other things, come on over to the member area. The link is in the comment pinned below here, below this video. Tell me more about Aries, please. What else does Aries need to know about this mental conflict? Feels like you're going to be taking a different road here, Aries. We do have the 6 of Swords. It does feel like you're trying to make a decision as to whether you should move on or not. We have 6 swords and 2 swords, which is 8 swords. It tells me that you're thinking about this obsessively. There isn't a moment where you don't think about it, but it feels like you feel your hands are tied, or you can't make a decision, or you shouldn't, one of the two. But we do have the 6 of Swords, which tells me that I feel like right now you might be in some choppy waters. And if you make this decision, if you can, like, the choppy waters might be that you're just in this energy of feeling blocked, like mentally blocked. Maybe you just feel like you can't move forward. I feel like the 6 of Swords is telling you that you can if you want to, but it has to be your decision, right? And the decision comes with the fork in the road here. Yeah, you can see that there's arrows pointing every which way. That means that it's not of no help to the llama, right? I feel like the llama, it needs to go a certain direction, and it's going to cause great change because there is an owl on the back of the llama. It's going to cause really great change. There's a monkey here. I was going to say you got to stop monkeying around, make a decision here. Tell me more about Aries, please. Tell me about Aries being at the fork in the road here. Fool, wow, 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 wow. So yes, the fork in the road is going to cause you to take some sort of a new leap of faith. Look, we're all the fool, all of us. Anytime we come to this place, card number 13, at the end of something and the beginning of something else, it's like the universe pushes us into a new cycle, and we do become the fool, all of us, right? At some point or another, we have all become the fool. We've started a new job, maybe become a parent for the first time. There's so many reasons why we would be considered the fool. I feel like you're going into uncharted territory. It's a place you've never been before, and I feel like in order to be able to leap in, you've got to close your eyes. Like you're scared of the distance between where you are and where you've got to be. Tell me where patience is, please. Tell me what patience is about. We've got the High Priestess. So take as much time as you need with your intuition. I feel like you are somebody who's very close to the veil, somebody who's highly intuitive or probably even psychic. I don't think you're speaking to anybody about this decision. This is probably one of the biggest decisions you'll make in your life here. It does feel that way, but it feels like you're not telling anybody. You're keeping it quiet. I feel like you are communicating with your source, because the High Priestess is the one who is always in co-creation, co-communication with source. And this is a person who's very balanced. So I feel like it feels like this. When this Temperance shows up, you're going to feel a shift into balance. You're going to be so sure about what you're doing, no matter what road you take, no matter where you go at the fork in the road, you're going to be so sure that you're not even going to worry about it, really. I feel like you're going to be very, very sure when you finally do get to the point where you make the decision. What is this unfinished symphony about? Feels like this is part of the other path, that there is something here that's been left unfinished, and I feel like you have been wondering whether you should jump back in and start writing again to finish the musical piece here. This beautiful melody that I think has been created between you and another. We do have the Queen of Pentacles. We could be talking about a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn that you have the unfinished symphony with. So it does feel like this person who is the Queen of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, this person I feel is somebody who is very focused on themselves, focused on their pentacle world, focused on business. Sitting on a scooter, going places. Stopping for a moment to give thanks. It does feel like this is somebody who's quite stable. Their eyes are closed, so I feel like that they depend on this High Priestess energy. So I feel like we have two people who are quite psychic or quite intuitive, right? Everybody has intuition. We can all be here at some point. Some get psychic intuition, some just get intuition. And I feel like you're the one with the psychic intuition. Tell me about the Six of Swords here. Tell me about this mental conflict, because I feel like you are going to be moving forward from a place where it is choppy waters at this time, that you are moving towards something that's a little calmer, but it's in the future. And I think it's a hard decision as to whether you should leave the place that you are right now or not. You might be in a relationship at this time. You might be in a place where there are children and a spouse possibly. But the Six of Swords tells me that you're not exactly happy there. We do have the Six of Cups. This is somebody who you've known probably from a child. Maybe this is a high school sweetheart or somebody who, yeah, I feel like you've created a family with this person. Or you've got two families that have come together and blended to be one big family here. We do have the Five of Wands, and so it does feel like there is a decision to make here, but I feel like you're holding back. It does feel like you are sort of in a conundrum. I want to say that this Five of Wands tells me that you're sort of beating yourself up about feeling in lack, because everything from the outside looking in seems perfect. If anybody would notice you and your family, or you and your spouse, or they would say, you know, they might be the perfect couple. But I feel like the Six of Swords and the Two of Swords tells me a different story. It tells me you feel stuck. You feel imprisoned in the mind. That it feels like you can't make your own decisions, or you feel like you shouldn't make a decision. The Five of Wands is holding back. It's also fighting with yourself, fighting with thoughts, right? Probably fighting yourself because the Six of Cups is nostalgia. I feel like you're fighting it because you've got nostalgia with somebody that you might be in a relationship with. You may have even created children with them, or maybe you have children, they have children, and now you're all living together in one space. Tell me about the Fool, please. Tell me about the Fool and the fork of the road, because you're about to take a leap of faith here. And I feel like the leap of faith is into something that is far more calm than you're in right now. Tell me about the Fool. This is Aries energy. Tell me about the Fool. We do have the Strength card. It's going to take a lot of courage. It's going to take, I feel like you're going to have to fight the beast. It's going to take a taming of the beast, but I feel like the universe is on your side. The Strength card is, I want to say you're strong enough to make the decision. but you don't know what the fallout is going to be. I'm looking at this lion here, that this girl is holding on to the lion, but the lion looks like it's being forced to do something it doesn't want to do. I feel like you're holding back, but you're in a situation where you're being forced to do something you no longer want to do. Maybe it looked like a good decision at the very beginning. I feel like the person that you might be with, if you are in a relationship, is somebody who you feel tamed the beast within you. You're trying to find the courage to take some sort of new path here. Clean the slate and try again. Tell me what this is, please. We've got the Death card. Card number 13 is on card number 13. You might be seeing 1313. That could be an angel number for you. We do have card number 18, and that is the Moon. So I do feel that that you are thinking about ending whatever it is that you're in. And I do believe it does feel like a relationship. Doesn't feel like a job at this point. No, it does feel like it is a relationship. I feel as though your strength, the strength that you have grown, has transformed you. It almost feels like you're outgrowing something, that you've had this transformation and you feel brand new. But I feel now you've woken up and now you're in the dark. You've woken up in the dark saying, now what do I do? I realize where I've got myself. The Moon energy is things aren't really as they seem. So I feel like you're a bit confused, feeling like, are things really as bad as I thought that they were? It feels like somebody's had like an awakening or a transformation, but has woken up in the dark rather than the light. Like it almost feels like maybe you had an awakening or a transformation that came during the night. Maybe you got woken up by a dream. But it feels like you need to make a decision here. And the Moon energy is here. So it feels like you are not sure what you should do now that you see things for what they are, because the Death card is here and there has been a transformation. Now you're no longer scared. I feel like you now feel courageous and strong, but now you've got to make a decision. Tell me about the fork in the road. Where are you going in the fork in the road here? We've got the Nine of Cups, someplace where it doesn't take much effort to be happy. This person here is just doing something they love. They're just really, this person's eyes are closed. They're a potter, right? Doing something creative, really loving what they do. It feels like a meditation. I feel like you don't want to have to work so hard. And it feels like this is the place that you are right now is a place where you have to work really hard. We've got the Empress. And we've got the Five of Pentacles. So I feel that we're at the crossroads, right? We've got two roads. I feel one road is the relationship you're in right now, and the other road contains the Empress energy. Somebody that you've been disconnected from, somebody that you no longer speak with. It might be years, maybe even 5 years for some of you. That I feel that it's like that one person is hiding their face. Like it feels like you're hiding your face. It almost feels like you don't want to see it coming. You don't want to see the end coming. You don't want to see the separation coming. It's like you hide your face when you think about how easy it was and how happy and easily you flowed with the Empress. You might be an emperor. And that would be because this person, if you're an emperor, right? The emperor has a lot of wisdom. Is also someone who's carrying all of it, right? The mortgage, the house, the children, all of it. And I feel like this Empress is somebody who knows your plight because they're on the same vibration and they carry it all as well for themselves. This is your feminine counterpart, right? Whether you're feminine or masculine. Tell me about the High Priestess and Patience. I feel like you're really trying to access your psychic energy to figure out what to do here. And you're waiting until you get an answer. We do have the Hierophant. We have the Temperance card. And we have the Five of Cups. Wow. Well, we have a commitment that I feel is a regret. I feel like this High Priestess energy, there's something here that feels off to me. And I'm doing this because I just saw a shelf. Actually, it was Toy Story. Charlie just showed it to me. Charlie is my guide and he helps me with my clairvoyance. I saw Woody and Buzz and some toys, the pig, yeah, the pig and the slinky sitting on a shelf, and it did this, and then the slinky is hanging on for dear life with their body hanging. I don't know. I don't know. That's what it feels like. It feels like the shelf is tipped, and it feels like this is what happened. All the cups fell out or fell off. So we do have temperance energy here, and temperance is patience, right? Temperance on temperance. We now have like card 14 on card 14. We have card 13 on card 13. We have synchronicities here. And so I feel like the Hierophant is telling me that we're talking about your commitment. Whatever commitment that you're in, you're trying to listen with your energy, with your psychic intuition here. And Temperance is telling me that a moment of alchemy is coming. And the moment of alchemy is going to change everything. I feel like you're about to make a decision that's going to change a lot of things. But it's going to mean that you're going to have to be in regret about whatever path you don't pick. So it almost feels like you want to win, but it feels like Temperance is coming. You know you got to make a decision. You can't just dangle here forever. And I feel like you have to make a decision about staying in the commitment or feeling regret, because the two cups that are behind you are two cups that you have not lived out yet. It feels like there's something else behind you here. And it is with somebody who you've got water under the bridge with, somebody that you've known for a while. Tell me about the Queen of Pentacles here for Aries, please. Queen of Pentacles, an unfinished symphony. I think this is a person that you have unfinished energy with. This is Taurus and Libra, the Empress. This is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This also is the Empress in training, Capricorn, the Queen of Pentacles. We've got the Page of Wands. You want a new path with this person. I feel like you want to reach out to them and speak with them, say something. We've got the Four of Cups, about the rejection. It does feel like you rejected this person or they rejected you. It feels like, it feels like somebody tried to reach out to you and you just shut them down, or you didn't pay attention, you didn't reply. Like, it feels like that's why it went quiet here. And that's why the symphony is unfinished. We have the Four of Wands here. So at one point this could be somebody that you had seen yourself with in the future as maybe being a future companion, or someone that you might live with or have engagement with, or like it feels like you want to engage with this person. But something has ended here, and I don't know that, like, you have the ability to begin it again, but you'd be giving up a lot if you did, right? So it's a really big decision. Tell me what is going to begin again. The unfinished symphony, what's going to begin again here, please? We do have the Four of Pentacles. We have the Tower. Ooh. We have the Ten of Swords in the reverse. You're not ready to make the decision to let one of these paths go. The Tower is here and the Four of Pentacles is here. You're holding on for dear life, but I'm telling you, you won't be able to sit there for very long, because here comes the Tower. And the only purpose of the Tower is mercy, to get you on the right track, because I feel like there is an illusion you've been building here that you're not willing to let go of. And the Ten of Swords tells me that it's just going to be too painful to let go of it. But we do have the Page of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, the Empress is here. I feel like you want to reach out to someone else. That's what it does feel like here. So we've got the Page of Pentacles. I feel like you want to see somebody face to face. But I feel like it might be inappropriate, because I feel like the Page of Pentacles is here, but we also have, between the two pages here, between the communication people here, we do have the Ten of Pentacles. And I feel like that tells me that you're already in sort of a long-term commitment. We do have the Hierophant here, right? So I feel like you've been watching this person from a distance, but you'd rather see them, meet them face to face. We do have the Page of Swords, and we do have the Eight of Pentacles. I feel like you might watch this person work in some respect. They might work with you in the Pentacle world. This could be someone who also has a platform, possibly YouTube or the like. You might be watching this person while they work, and while they create new abundance for themselves. We have the Seven of Swords. You're keeping it under wraps. There's a big decision that needs to be made here, Aries. And I feel like that's when you make that decision, you will know why the serendipitous numbers are here, right? We've got 14s and 13s here. You'll know why. At some point, you'll know why. But right now, you're trapped in fear. I'm going to leave that right there. Thank you so much for coming here and watching. Aries, I'm going to go for now. Take care. I'll see you, and love you. I'll be back, because I'm always back. Bye.